right, it looks like we still have a few people rolling in. I think we'll just give them another minute or so to get in here. Yeah, we're excited for this webinar today, and excited to kind of show some of you that maybe haven't seen the app yet. Just a nice little demo of it, why it's important for your business, why it's something that really can help your business, and yeah, just kind of what it's all about, how to get it, what the cost is. We'll cover all of that in today's webinar. We are recording it today. You'll be able to ask some questions. I've got Shae on with us to be able to answer some of those questions real time in just in the question box. So feel free to type in some questions anytime that you're ready, or you have any questions that come up throughout. And yeah, I think we'll probably just go ahead and get rolling here. So thank you guys again for joining us today. We're very excited. Co-host today is Shae. I'm so sorry that you guys can't see him, but he's there. He's a real person.
I'm there.
He's hanging out. If you've never seen Shae yet, if you sign up for the app, you might get the opportunity to go through the configuration process with him, and you'll get to see him on video while he kind of takes you through step by step on how to get some of the stuff set up and configured. Shae is our account specialist, which basically means he handles and helps with a lot of configuration in all aspects of our system, not just the app, but also in the app and everything. So he's a great person to find out information from, or just say like, hey, I like to do things like this in my business. How can I make that work in HDPhotoHub? Lots of times he'll be able to translate that and help you out there. He's been with us since June of 2020. So he's no rookie in our system, really knows his way around, and has been in the industry for much longer than that. So yeah, we're happy to have you on with me today, Shae. Thanks for joining.
Thanks for the intro. Absolutely.
Yeah. Do you want to add anything?
No, as well as looking through our participants, I see a lot of people in there that I have worked with. So hi, everybody. Yeah. I know I've talked with a lot of you guys. People I haven't met, yeah, feel free to reach out anytime. And happy to help you, set up your company, set up your business, set up your app. Anything like that. I look forward to working with you guys in the future. And yeah. And like Ian said too, I'll be running that the Q&A over or down below. You can find that at the bottom of your Zoom panel there. Throw any questions out there. I'll be manning that in real time. If you have something that I know Ian's going to be getting to at some point too, I might wait for him to cover that in person. But yeah, shoot any questions my way.
Yeah, perfect. So, all right, let's kind of get started here. So what we're covering today is we're going to talk about how can the app help your business, and then we're going to go through and do some demo of the actual app, real life on my phone, so you guys will be able to check that out. Let me go ahead and share my screen, and we'll get going. So let's jump over here. I'm going to start here with how does the app help your business? I mean, what it's doing, holistically, when you're able to say, hey, Mr. Customer, go download my app in the App Store, it's really elevating your brand. It's kind of putting you on this different level of professionalism, right? Like you're somebody who's taking this serious. You're not a one-off person. You're not just kind of doing this as a side gig. Like you're really, it sends the message to your customers that you're serious, that you care about what's going on, and you care about your business, and you're really invested in it, and you're invested in bringing them tools that are going to make it easy for you to work with. Overall, being in the App Store, is it, can you do a lot of the things on your phone? Absolutely. Can people order on their phone now? Absolutely. But having that app and having that logo, it just kind of sends that message of, hey, we're serious. This is what we do. Come find us in the App Store. The next thing that it really does and helps with the perception again of really your brand is you're providing that convenience to your customers. On their phone, it's easy for them to work with your company, go and open it up, go in and order, schedule new shoots. If they have upcoming appointments, they can take a look at those and check on them. They can reschedule them. They can get in there and do some easy social media sharing on the devices that they're interacting with social media the most on. And of course, they'll be able to access past shoots, download photos, so many great features all throughout there. But really, holistically on, why should my business have an app? Why are my customers going to care that my business has an app? At the end of the day, it's really just the convenience for them. It's right there. It's readily available. it's easy for them to jump in and get started. So I know that with all of you guys here and all the participants, I think you guys are seeing the value in it. So I'm not going to preach it too much throughout this, but know that, you know, when your clients go and they download your app, it's just a different feeling, and probably very different than a lot of other photographers that they've worked with, right? I don't think there's a ton of photography companies out there yet with their own white label app, and it's a big deal. Something I missed to say, you know, it's elevating your brand. You aren't going to find our brand anywhere on the app. You don't see our brand anywhere on this slide. This is all about your brand when we're going through and when we white label products, because these are your customers. This is your business. This isn't ours, right? We're in the background providing technology and providing you tools to help go out and make interacting with your customers better and really bring you up. So before I get into sharing the actual app, I thought we would share a little bit of the configuration page. You know, what is it like as you're getting going? So you'll see in this case, we turn on a section as you get going in your business, under business and then mobile app, where you'll be able to come in and set some of the branding elements up. As a courtesy, we actually come in and do some branding for you. So we'll kind of look at your brand and put some screens in that we think make sense. You, of course, can choose to upload whatever you would want in place of these, but we do go ahead and just give you kind of a first pass so you can get an idea of kind of what it can look like. It's like the splash screen is a screen that's kind of like almost like an in-between loading screen that comes up every now and then. The login page, so what does it look like when they're going and getting logged in? Your logo on their main page. Your logo in the what we call the drawer, the menu, basically when you click to slide that out. And you'll see as we go, you're actually able to set all these different colors and color palettes. So if you have some brand standards that you've already got, and you've got, you know, your hex codes that you want to use, and yeah, what makes sense for your brand, go ahead and set them. And yeah, and again, we'll take a first pass at just kind of setting this, and then you can tweak it and really make it your own if you'd like. Coming in, and a Google Play Store image. Oh, I forgot to get one in here for our at-home photography brand. But this is the image that's going to appear in the Google Play when they kind of are doing their main searching. Apple has a different approach to that, so there isn't like an Apple image that appears there. But in Google, they do have a store image that appears. All right, so now you got kind of a sense of what does some of the branding elements look like before we get going. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get this shared. Let me get the app open here and switch my sharing over. All right, so you'll see kind of straight off of what we were seeing there in the app branding, we've got the at-home photography app listed on my phone here, that icon. Again, not HDPhotoHub, not our brand. Again, it's just all about your business and white labeling that. So go ahead and click that. In this case, we've got a photographer owner account on here. So I'm just going to go ahead and get him logged in. You'll see right as we log in as a photographer, we've got a scheduled shoot. I'm going to circle back and talk about this in just a little bit. We're actually going to start today with the client approach and really what are they seeing? Because right now this what we have in the app and what's been developed so far is really all around your client experience, making sure that it's bringing a lot of good benefit to them when you know they're out and they need to interact with your business. You know, things like being able to order a shoot, seeing upcoming shoots, all those things are available here. You can see on our client's dashboard. So ability to order a shoot, when we click that, go ahead and get them started on a new order. And this pulls from the live order form that you set up. So this actually does pull real time as well. It isn't like compiled into the app or anything like that. So you're able to make pricing adjustments, new package inclusions, all those things without needing an actual app update to make that something that's available. So yeah, they can come through and order on their phone just like they're ordering on the website here. You know, add-ons, photography selection, scheduling, of course. Let's get 123 Main Street. Seattle. Let's see. Let's do Spokane. just so we can get down and check out some of our availability. So it's going to be able to pull up the real-time availability, and they'll be able to schedule similar, to the web. It's going to go ahead and make some appointment suggestions. They can check out the full calendar and be able to see that just like they were ordering in real time on a desktop, and they'll be able to do that just right from their phone and be able to go through and cash out. A great benefit on the app, whether they're placing orders ahead of time and you're asking for payment then, or if you're a business that charges after the fact, they are always logged in on the app. So once they get logged in, they're logged in, and they don't need to re-log in again unless they log out for some reason. So being able to have some stored credit cards and things like that for convenience when they're on there is a nice benefit. And you'll see as you're ordering on behalf of a client, you still have some of your overrides. Like if you are somebody who collects payment, you could choose to send them an invoice instead, being able to access hidden products and those type of things as well. So, all right, kind of covered some of the ordering. Let's jump in. So an in-progress shoot, in this case, we've got this one on Northwest Boulevard. Let's say that we needed to get that rescheduled. It is easy for them to go ahead and click the calendar, and they'll be able to have the option to reschedule. Of course, this follows your normal reschedule rules. So however close to an appointment that you're allowing a reschedule to happen, you can go ahead and the app's going to follow all those same rules. So if you say, hey, to reschedule online, it's got to be within 24 hours of the appointment or outside of 24 hours of the appointment, or outside of 4 hours of the appointment, whatever rules that you've set up in your business configuration, we're going to follow that. Same thing if you don't allow rescheduling, that's fine. It just won't show that option for your client, but it does allow them to come in and reschedule nice and easily here. And again, so yeah, upcoming shoots, who the photographer is going to be does show, about the expected time on the shoot does show as well. They can click in if they want to come in and pay the balance. If they've got a balance due there, it'll just let them know. And then it'll also show completed shoots as well, right? So in this case, let's go ahead and jump to a shoot that has a full marketing kit. So this is a shoot that happened. It kind of gives them a timeline of, when the site was ordered and when it was completed and when it was delivered, if there's other products or anything's on there. They can click too if they have an invoice to be able to come in and grab an invoice and be able to save that as well. And something nice, again, that kind of goes back to them being always logged in, is they do have the ability to come in and update the listing data. So when they jump, when you send an email to them that says, hey, your photos are ready, and they have the app installed, when they click to go to the marketing kit page or the download page, the system will recognize that they have the app installed, and it'll actually launch the app and drop them off here. If they have a balance to do, we'll have them pay that, and I'll demo that here in just a second. But if not, they'll be able to start here. And what's nice on the marketing kit is they can come in and fill some things in, like, we'll say we're going to put in 4 beds, 2 baths. Maybe we'll put in a price too. How about we'll say 750,000, and maybe we'll leave it at that for now. And so now, whoops. With that listing information in there, over on the marketing kit, of course, their tiles are going to be built to include that information if it's a tile that uses that info. And so that's just kind of a nice handy way for them to be able to get in and add that information, which is kind of different than the desktop version, since when they go to the marketing kit, if they aren't logged in, it'll give them a logged out version, which is great. So they can get in and download their assets, be able to move on or download their photos. But in this case, it's giving them an opportunity to fill in some more information just to kind of round out those social tiles in a nice way. They do have the ability here on the property site page to be able to control whether it's live, if it updates to pending or sold. If they want to take it off line and just make it inactive, they can do that as well. So they can control the status of the public website. Easy for them to come in here and copy and paste the links as well, and be able to send those out to anybody that they need. The download page is an awesome spot here. So we've got the URL to the video. This one is an embedded video in there. URLs to Matterports if they're embedded. So you can just click the copy button and it's going to go ahead and copy it, and they can paste that wherever they need. Also, they'll be able to download the images. So they can download the images similar to desktop, but slightly different. They can either download them all at once, or they can download them individually. So, right, that's the same as we see in the desktop. What's cool about when they go and download them all at once on their phone is it'll actually just download right to the camera roll. So they don't need to like unzip a zip file or anything like that. So in this case, I'll say, hey, I want to download the MLS files, and it's going to begin that download process. You can see it happening down at the bottom. Another cool thing is I can actually jump around to other pages. So that download's still happening. We could come over here and say, you know, hey, we want to tweak something about this social tile while these are downloading, or I need to do something else while that's running. And it's just going to go ahead and run in the background, and it's okay. They can actually even close the app while it's downloading. And it will, you know, if they swipe and move to another app because they got something else that they're working on, that's totally fine. It'll keep downloading in the background. So those have downloaded. So now you'll see when I close out and go to my camera roll. All right, Shae, you ready? Moment of truth. Anything crazy in here?
Let's see what's going on.
No, just a bunch of pictures of the kids. So you'll see that the photos actually download right to the camera roll, including the floor plan file that was in there as well. So another really neat thing that it does is it also downloads over into an album for them. Oh boy, let's see what else is on here. So for the album, it'll download and it'll be in the property address. So this one was the 4848 East Valley Spring Roads. So we've got the floor plan in there, the shots of the house in there. And so those download into an album so that it keeps it organized on their phone too. So it puts it in their camera roll, you know, under the recent photos, of course, but also having it in the album is just super handy for them. If they're like, hey, I need some photos from, you know, my Valley Spring shoot, they can just pop into their albums and come and find that and be able to access them. So pretty cool functionality there. Again, as I mentioned, you can download the individual files as well. So when they click on them, they'll be able to come and view them. And then they can go ahead and click to download the print quality or download the MLS size, and that'll download that one-off file. If they need to download a couple one-off files, they can do that. They just click the download button and swipe to the other ones that they need, and it'll actually download in the background. I'm on my Wi-Fi, so it's downloading pretty fast. But let's say that they're out at the soccer game of their kids or whatever, and maybe the connection isn't great. You know, the fact that they just kind of queue up as they go through and choose the ones that they want to download, and that it works through that download queue is a nice benefit when you're out and on the slower connection. Let's see. So the marketing kit, we kind of have touched on a couple times here. Let me head on over there. And yeah, so there's some neat things here. So as I mentioned, you can go through and edit some of the social media tiles. So let's see, if we wanted maybe this kitchen shot instead, we can drag it up, replace it. It's going to update real time. You can tap in to be able to make adjustments. So if we wanted to say, we're going to just show a little bit of that kitchen island there, but we want a little more living room on this shot, that's fine. It'll make those type of updates. You can also do things like tap in to be able to adjust the tiles here or the text if they needed to change something. So if this was sold, maybe they want to switch the for to just sold and change the letters there. It's all possible to do that. And then once you hit and save and close, it's going to update in real time. You'll see here that we've got the share button to be able to get that going. This is another really cool benefit of the actual app. So it's a little slow in the test environment compared to what's out there when you have your app live. But you'll see when you click share, it's actually going to come in and it's going to show, you know, people that you've communicated with or apps that you use a lot. So if we wanted to share it to, say, Facebook, we can actually come here, click Facebook. The next method is going to be, or do you want to send it to a feed? Are you trying to make a story? Do you posting it to a group? You know, it gives you the different options, and depending on the social media, you actually get different options. So if we say share again, and let's see if I've got my Instagram on here, we can click, and now you're going to see again like a normal post, a story, or do you want to do a DM, like just a regular message to somebody? So it'll give them a couple different options that are available and relevant to the particular app that they're going through and going to share it to. But doing that share process, super easy for them to do it, post it, and they're gone, which is awesome, for being able to take some of these great designs that we have in here and be able to go and put them out and get them out onto their social feeds just easier than they can from their desktop. Super simple, just a couple clicks away to be able to make that happen. And again, it's really, it's almost more about just that they're on their phone. They are maybe already in the habit of interacting with social media on their phone. And it just that connection's there, like, oh, I should share this to Facebook. Oh, I should share this on Instagram. I love that I have this new listing. It's super cool one. It's, my best listing I've ever had in my career. I need to go let people know, maybe not to sell it, but just to say like, hey, look what I have going on. Pretty cool. Yeah, so again, they'll be able to scroll through and choose from the different graphics that are available on the social media tiles, just like normal. If you do have any custom graphics or anything like that, those show as well. They'll be able to come down and save the videos, and then share them from there. If they're on an iPhone, if they're on Android, they're able to go ahead and just share them directly. Again, the app is available on both platforms, so available on iOS and available on Android. Another cool thing that they can do if they have any flyers created, or in this case, we've got a floor plan attachment here where you can actually come in and they could print it. So by selecting the printer, it's going to bring up the normal system printer option. So if I was on the Wi-Fi that I could connect to my wireless printer, it would actually come up as an option in here. When they go to printer, it's going to say it's looking. It's not going to find any because I'm not on the right Wi-Fi for it. But it's really cool that that functionality is in here. So even if they're at their office and they just need to do a quick print of a flyer, probably most of the printers that are at their office have a wireless option now, or their printers at home have a wireless option. And it's super easy to go in and get that taken care of and get them sharing it. So I think we've covered kind of a property with a marketing kit pretty well. Let's take a look at one that's just a download. So this one here on Boon, and it still has a balance due. So I'll kind of show you how the balance process works. So it's going to drop them off here on the balance page and say, hey, you still owe us $135 for this shoot. By the way, do you want to leave us a tip? Again, that's going to follow your business settings. So if you have tips enabled in your business, that section is going to appear. If you don't, then it won't. And again, with the stored credit cards, they're already here and available because your clients are already logged in. It's just always logged in on the app. So we'll go ahead and pay this balance. We'll use the existing card, and then we'll pop in and be able to access this property just as a delivery. So you'll see as a delivery, it's a lot simpler. No real reason to go in and manipulate the listing information, so you won't find that. They'll just kind of see the normal details. They'll be able to get to and view their invoice. And then also they'll be able to go ahead and jump over and download their photos. On this one, we haven't been on here yet to accept the copyright license, so you guys get a chance to be able to see this. So you'll see this is just a really basic license here. Hey, you got to agree, images belong. Of course, again, this is going to pull directly from your settings in the system. Whatever copyright license you have set up, that's what's going to appear, and they'll need to go ahead and accept that before they can proceed. And then once they're there, it's just like we saw on the last page, they're able to come in, choose photos to download multiples at a time. And again, those are just going to go straight to the camera roll. So we'll say the 657 Boon here. We'll grab the print quality. And again, so you can see those downloads happening down at the bottom. If I come in and come into my camera roll, and then maybe I come back to the app, it's still progress. It's still making progress down there on the actual downloading. All right, we went there with the print size this time, so we got some bigger photos to work with. But you can hop around and go to other places in the app, and it still is going to go ahead and take care of that download, which is just super convenient, especially on a cell phone connection where maybe it's a little bit slower. And yeah, so just to kind of reiterate in here, so be able to see that the photos are in here and downloaded. And if we go to the album, we can actually hop around and go find our Boone property, and we'll be able to see the photos in the system here. So yeah, it's pretty awesome, you know, and a really slick experience overall for your clients. Let's see, Shae. I think maybe one more page in here. So inside the actual menu here, you'll be able to see they've got access to go back to the home screen, access into the order form, a really light profile page. So if they need to do something like update their email address, update their phone number, they're able to do that right now. Light functionality there overall, but it does give them a few options to be able to get in and take a look. All right, so now that we've kind of covered the client side, what do you think, Shae? Anything else there that you'd like to see me touch on from a client side?
I think you covered it pretty well, and I apologize. I appreciate all the questions. I haven't even been listening to that much of it, diving into everyone's questions. So
All right,
you're doing a
good.
great job. It sounded
Good.
great.
Thanks, Shae.
Yeah,
I can tell
I got
all
your
that.
back.
Yeah, I really
Yeah.
believe you. Thank
Uh,
you. It's awesome. All right. So if you'll remember from when we very first started here, we actually popped in from our business owner account. So you'll see when we go to the menu here, down at the bottom, you'll see there's a back to my account. And so that's because we're in as an owner. And then we went in to look at this specific client, Norm Michael's account inside the app. So what we're going to do, we're going to click the back to my account. And now we're going to come back. And now we're kind of on like where your dashboard is inside of the app. So what that is going to be is it's going to show you your kind of like a daily schedule. So for you and your team members, you know, overall in the app, it's really just simplified as it is right now. So if you have any shoots on the calendar for that day, you'll get a view like this. So in this case, you can see where it's showing the drive time from, you know, your first drive time of the day is going to be from home over to an appointment. So we've got that. It's going to show us the actual shoot that we are going to do on Meadow Lane. We could click to launch it and view in the maps. It's going to give us opportunity to get that set up and nav it if we want that up for when we're driving. We'll be able to see who the client is. We can also send some text messages. Hey, we're on our way, or we've arrived, or hey, you know, we're leaving the property. And you'll be able to see what was ordered and also order notes here before I get too far down. So I'll be able to click in and see order notes. And actually, if you need to add a note, you can do that as well. Some of you may be familiar with this. This is available just in the normal mobile functionality too. So even if you don't have the app, if you log in from a mobile device in the menu, you'll see a daily schedule option. And you can actually bring up this view now, even if you're not using the app. But this is just kind of where we're defaulting it to. For you and your team members as we get going here in the app. So again, it'll show you the different appointments that you have coming up and drive time between them, so you can kind of have an idea of what's expected there, and it'll show, you know, your expected time on site based on what was ordered. So in this case, you know, our shoot on Boone is going to be 2 hours. Our shoot on Chase is only 20 minutes. Just quick aerial shoot there. So it's kind of a cool page if you guys haven't seen it before. It's pretty handy. You know, you can jump through and look at other days and see what's on the calendar there. And again, this is going to show just orders that are assigned to you as a photographer. And so this is available for you. This is available for your photographers. It's not going to show you like all shoots from all of your team members. It isn't that type of view at this time. And so in your menu, so hitting the top left little menu buttons here, when we open up as an owner, you're going to have a few more options in here. So you're going to have the ability to go to sites. So this is going to be like a site search. So if there was something that you needed to go in, or if you wanted to say, even if you just want to do some sharing on your own, just directly from the app, we could say, hey, these ones with the icon up to the top right, those are going to be marketing kit sites. So you know that you could pop in there and find some graphics to share. So you can click in, go to the marketing kit, just like you were the agent. It's just you know, logged in from your account. Yeah, and you can also go in and you know, you see same idea where you can come in and make edits or make adjustments. So if there is something on the fly that you need to adjust about a site on behalf of a client, you can pop in and do that. You can search for upcoming shoots. It's not, you won't see a lot of information here. It'll just kind of say, you know, what status is it in, So you'll be able to see those even when they aren't actually delivered yet. The other ability is that you'll be able to jump into your clients' accounts, just like what we did in the very beginning. So it's going to give you your client list. You can type in and do a search to kind of narrow that list down. We'll say that we want Nora, and just touching on their kind of client card here just takes you right into the app as if you were them. So now we're in as Nora, accessing the site. We could place an order on behalf of her. So she called and said, hey, I've got shoot I need to do next Friday, and you already know that you're available. You work out what you want to do with her. You can just come in right after that and put that order in on her behalf. And then you can just go back to your account. And again, you kind of start on your dashboard. You do have the ability to make little edits to your account to just like a client would. Again, it's just your most basic information, what names displaying, what email address, and things there. So yeah, that is what we're able to do kind of from a business owner and team member perspective. We do have some plans to add some more functionality in from that perspective. But again, we wanted to get this launched and get it out so that you and your clients could start getting value out of it just overall for your business having an app. And really from your client's perspective, it's pretty great and brings a ton of value to them. And again, just kind of heightens your brand overall on how it is. So let's see, we're gonna roll and talk about app pricing here. I think I'm gonna stop this share and then we can circle back if we've got some questions that we want to use the phone to show. So let's go ahead and get this up. So app pricing is going to be 1,500 credits. So again, that's 1,500 credits, not $1,500. So if you kind of break that into dollar amounts, you're looking at about $1,000. A little bit less if you typically buy credits in bulk from us. If we pop over and say we want to buy some more credits, so right, you could either buy 2 500 packs, which is going to be 1,500 credits for $1,000, or you can hook up your bank account and buy some larger, either our kind of first level of enterprise credit buys here, which would be 3,000 credits for $1,900 US. We do have the conversion for the Canadian as well, for any Canada businesses that are out there. But yeah, yeah, so you save $50 if you're buying at that level, if your company is already buying at that level. Not a huge savings, but a little bit in there just to say, hey, thanks for loading up, and you'll have another 1,500 credits ready to roll to deliver all those shoots coming up here as the season really kicks off for real estate. We've got no monthly subscription on this too, by the way, guys. So the $1,500 is, or the 1,500 credits is just a one-time activation cost. There's no monthly charge. We don't have a contract. If for whatever reason you're not using our service any longer, but you have an app out there, it's going to continue to operate. Your clients are going to continue to be able to access it on their phone and be able to download past shoots. So it isn't like we're going to turn it off and you can't use it for your business or anything like that if you stop paying us a monthly fee. Any of you that are on this call that have worked with us, that we're not into the monthly fees with a bunch of add-ons and things like that. It's either you're using our platform to deliver or not. With the app, there's some setup work on the front end, which is why we got the upfront cost, because we walk you through the process of getting your Apple and Google developer accounts set up so that it can really be a fully white labeled experience for your clients and for your business. So when they go and download that app, it's not showing other apps by this developer, which is maybe a bunch of other photography businesses or anything like that. It is just your business fully set up in Apple and in Google, and we walk you through that process of how do you get that account set up, how do you get it ready, how can you have it so that it's ready for us to be able to go ahead and get the app published on your behalf and all those things. So once you get it set up and rolling, you don't have to do anything from like a developer standpoint, quote unquote. We're able to take care of pushing the app out and making updates to it. There's no cost for app updates either. So as we continue to improve it, or as we make updates and add functionality, those updates will just automatically go out to the people that are already using us and working with our app. So no ongoing costs there. Again, it's just that one-time fee to really help with that full setup process and all the branding and everything else that's happening inside of the app. Whew. All right. I think I've been talking enough, Shae. How
You've been
about
going to town.
yeah, you want me to
Yeah.
keep going?
No, I got something I
feels
can.
like I'm going pretty fast. Yeah. What do you got?
Uh,
You got a question out there that maybe I can do a demo either on the phone or
yeah.
somewhere
Well,
inside of the site?
it's actually probably not. Doesn't even need a demo.
Okay.
So Kelly asked a question, and I meant to type or hit the type and answer button, but I clicked answer live. So we're going to answer this one live.
I love
So
it.
yeah. So here we go. Kelly asked, once your app goes live, can you change out logos, splash screens? So basically, just if that page that Ian showed where you can make all the changes. Yeah, this page here. So in the future, if you decide like maybe you rebrand, you have a new logo, you make some updates here. Yes, absolutely, you can make a change here with a little bit of a caveat. So when you make changes here, we actually compile that into the binary of the apps. So we have to take that binary, we upload it to Apple, to Google. It goes through their 72-hour review process. Then it goes out to your users as an update. So once they update, yes, they'll see the changes. But it's not like the shopping cart where you can come in here and just like, switch out a new logo, go to the app, reload it, and then see that change. It is a little bit of a longer process, but yes, absolutely, you can still do that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Yeah, you just shoot us an email if you guys if you already have an app out in the wild and you change some branding. I know that we do have plans on adding a button on this page too to kind of indicate that you've got a branding update and you'd like us to go ahead and push that new version for you. But right, I mean, it's back to really how it's white labeled fully to your business. These logos, these graphics and things, it's not just pulling real time, it's like part of the actual app that your customer is downloading, and right, that's how that stuff is just there and ready. Even if their connection is slow, they're going to see, the splash screen that's correct for your business that was compiled in part of that code. A lot of the reasoning and things behind that is all about, taking into account in the mobile environment of if their connection isn't good, what is happening? Yeah, great question.
Yeah.
What else do we have, Shae? You got some other ones that we want to answer live?
Oh my gosh, I'm trying to keep up with you guys.
Yeah,
I
all
like it.
right.
I like it. I
Let's
think that
take
was
a
probably,
look.
let me, see what's in here.
Yeah, so I think so Tim asked, well, we have some insight to know which clients have the app so we can gauge usage. Also, can we invite all clients to download the app? Good question. So yes, we're working on a report. So we can tell inside the system when somebody logs in from an app. So we're working on a report to just put into your business where you'll be able to go and see, who's logging in from the app, how many uses, that type of things. So that will be available in the report section once it's out and live. Once you go live with the app, there is a page on your domain where they'll be able to say like, hey, go to the Google Play Store, go to the Apple App Store to be able to download. So we'll get you guys those links to when you kind of fully go live. And one other piece that we're just wrapping up on that is if when somebody's viewing a marketing kit page or a download page from their phone now, so say that they open up the email, they click those page and they don't have the app yet, so they land on the mobile version of it, to actually add a banner up there that says, hey, did you know you can download this and get this in our app, and go ahead and let them get it live. In addition to adding a section on the completion and delivery email as well that says, hey, did you know that we have an app? Feel free to go download it for your business. So yeah, absolutely. Get some statistics around that in a pretty easy way for you to be able to blast it out in marketing and say, hey, you can go and download our app. Here's a link to get you started. All right, Shae, your turn. What do you got?
See what I got here. So one asks, after the app is running, can the client still use the web page if preferred? Yes, absolutely. So they can jump into either. They can go back and forth. They all communicate kind of to the same pool of information. So yes, it's all the information that's available on the desktop version will also be available in the app when it relates to those properties.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've got one
Great question.
from Cameron. That's a good question. So she asked, can a client upgrade or pay for the app or a marketing kit if they want to in the app like they can on the desktop? So not yet. We don't have that piece enabled in the actual app yet. We're working through That'll be very likely, and again, a good reason for why you guys all have your developer accounts and why it's set up under your business. That'll very likely be something that will run through the actual app payment store process, where when they do that type of digital upgrade is what it would be considered. It'll be built and handled through the kind of native Apple payment and Google payment pieces, so that everything's on the up and up with Apple. For your photography services, we don't have to do that. You don't have to do that as a business because it's an in-person service that you're out providing, and it's more of a one-off thing. So just the way that Apple handles that is Apple and Google both is different overall.
I got another one here. So Micah asks, are we able to add tips onto the order form just like you can on the app? So he noticed that when you were looking at that shop or the pay page that we had that tip function. And if anyone doesn't know, yes, you can actually have that tip function on your regular cart as well. And it is available in the app too. So yep, if you want that on your desktop version or just your standard shopping cart, absolutely.
Yeah, check it out. Business default settings. You'll find it over here. Oops, sorry, over here, Micah. Tip payout mode, business, and yeah, that's where you can turn it on and enable it. I didn't pick another question yet, Shae.
I was reading through them. I think some of these are repeats in here, so kind of.
Yeah, let's see. So Austin asked if we could make the 3,000 credit purchase available on a credit card so that he can earn some of those extra credit card points. Unfortunately, not. No, it's all just through a bank account. Once we get up and start doing some of the other discounts there, we had to really sharpen our pencils, and part of that was avoiding the credit card processing fees. So when we do the ACH transfers, it's different, and that allowed us to be able to kind of give some of those additional breaks that we were able to put in there.
So I think Micah had another question. Is there the ability to modify the app base color scheme
Sure.
on the system settings? I'm assuming when you mean system settings, I'm guessing you're referring to this page here. So like down farther, you can adjust like some of the banner colors. And yes, and this is where you could affect all this. If you're talking about something different though, please let me know. We can answer that.
Yeah. I think I had a couple questions on here on push notifications. So not yet. We don't have push notifications in here, but definitely on our list for some improvements that are coming down the line. So we're excited to get those added. I think another good question. So there's some businesses out there that have multiple shopping carts. So yes, it still supports that functionality. So if you have more than one shopping cart and you're either directing them on, say, like a landing page first where they're picking a couple different options and then they're moving on to the shopping cart page, you can still have that order now button that appears at the top of the app. You can still have it launched to what would normally launch there. Or if you have a case where you've got special shopping carts and you have some client with an override for where that button takes them and it takes them to a special shopping cart, you can still have that set up and the app will still obey all those same rules and everything.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of you guys asking about that. If you have like carts for residential versus commercial. So yes, if you want a landing page set up, so they click order button, and then there can be an intermediate page where they would choose specifically like lots of land or residential or something like that. If you need help getting that set up, just reach out to me and I'll help you get that and connected to your order button there.
Yeah. Let's see. Any other questions out there? I think that we covered most of them. If you guys didn't get your questions answered, feel free to chat us or to send in a message to our support team, just an email or hit us up. One more thing that, geez, I need to make sure that we cover is how do you get the app for your business if you're not already on the wait list?
Probably important.
Yeah, so if you go to HDPhotoHub.com when you're not logged in, you can click on this button up here, the white label app for your business. Or you can go to learn.hdphotohub.com in general and just go app for my business, and there's a sign up link that you can click now, and so that'll get you into our pipeline. And basically what's overall expected for the timeline there. So once you get into the wait list, we kind of go through and evaluate where we're at on how many people we have in the pipeline, and we can send out new messages to get people scheduled. I think we've been sending out new messages this week to get more businesses scheduled. That's right, Shae?
Nope,
Think
sorry, I had
I
myself
caught him.
muted.
Yeah. I
I
know. You
was
said,
typing
yeah.
an
I
answer.
know that he's been
Yes.
sending in some new ones, sending out
Yeah.
some more this week to get people on that schedule, and some follow up for people who've got their first email. To just nudge them of, hey, if you haven't scheduled yet, go ahead and get scheduled now. So I think right now we're booking like a couple days out to be able
I
to
would
get
say
that
so.
first appointment scheduled. And once you go through that, Shae, maybe you can talk a little bit more about kind of once they go through that first appointment, what should they expect in that first appointment, and then what should they expect in the time after that?
Yeah. So that first appointment, so after you get on our wait list, I'll shoot you a link and you'll schedule roughly about a 45-minute appointment with me. So on that appointment, we'll hop on Zoom and I'm going to walk you through getting your Google developer account set up and then your Apple account set up. So I'll walk you through all the steps. There's lots of little details in there, but I'll get everything all set up for you guys. Once that's done, there's one other component we're waiting on Apple for. That usually takes about 3 days, 3 business days for them to verify your developer account. So we'll get your developer accounts all said and done. And then what we'll do from there is we'll compile the code for the apps. And then kind of like what I mentioned earlier, we submit them to both of the developer stores. It'll go off to Google, go off to Apple. And then you'll get communications from us and as well as from those platforms saying like, hey, your app is under review. And then eventually you'll get a notice saying that your app is approved and available in the app stores. And from that point, you can just hop on your device and search the app store, search for your business name or whatever you called your app, and you should be able to download it and begin using it right then.
Yeah. Yeah. So usually, would you say that we're kind of, I would say within usually a couple of weeks is what we're seeing from somebody getting on the list, going through that initial call with Shae. If you get it scheduled and live, if you catch Shae early and say that you book him on like Monday next week, you could be, it could be as quick as just like a week, depending on how fast some of those pieces happen with the Apple verification. But usually once the actual app is submitted, kind of looking at about a 72-hour review process from Apple and Google to both say, hey, everything looks good. And again, that kind of varies depending on what happens during that review process overall, but that's kind of what we've been seeing. So it really, I would say, a couple weeks to maybe about a week, just all depending on how the timing shakes out. So it's not too bad overall to be able to get on and get this live. So if you're getting on that app list now, say you'll be catching kind of that beginning of the spring market, where you could be looking at live in the app store right around the beginning of March. There are a couple requirements, needing a DUNS number, being in an LLC, having some pictures of your driver's license. But again, as you get on the app waitlist, we let you know about these requirements, and then in Shae's scheduling piece, you'll see a reminder of what they are and what all needs to be set up. And then you can just book real time with him online, which is pretty great. All right, Shae, anything else that we want to cover before we wrap here?
No, I think that really was pretty comprehensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we really covered it.
Yeah, I think so too. Again, if you guys are ready to get on that wait list, or if you have more questions, absolutely reach out to us. If you're ready to get on that wait list, you can do so over at learn.hdphotohub.com, and then just pop over to the app for your business and click that sign up now button, and that'll get you in the pipeline to start moving through the process. Thank you everybody for joining us today. We appreciate your time. We appreciate you using HDPhotoHub or looking into us if this is some of your first experience with us. So thank you. We appreciate it. And we hope you guys all have a great rest of your week. Have a great day. Thanks, Shae. I
Thank you guys.
appreciate you jumping on
Absolutely.
and co-hosting.
My pleasure.
All right.
All right, we'll
Everybody
see
have
you
a good
guys.
one.